drugs, we was smoking mid-pack. I found that shit in the ceiling. Me and 3, we was selling mid-pack.
What's up, YouTube? We back with another vocal tutorial video today. Today we got Lil Uzi Vert. I got a whole template for you, all made, preset, whatever, bruh. I'm back at it again with another video. So let's go ahead and get started with the video. If you want to buy this template, it will be in the description, but this is a free tutorial, so all you gotta do is just copy everything I do and boom, let's get right into it.
I don't claim I'm putting out with the channel. I got numbers on me, not no channels. I got numbers in me in the bank. I do my own thing, nigga, big great. And you know that I got my own say. Open up just to put some more wine. Really, they want me on wine. Really, because I'm too grind. One minute they be like, hey. Now they see me just like, let me today. That is the definition that you too fake. I done not pull up and pile a drop top like old man to pay. Flex right for the camera. She been like a dancer. She really a runner. Really ain't nothing I can handle. I do 19 damage. Why do not panic? So I know.
So that basically shows what the preset's going to sound like, my guy. So let's hop right into it. We're going to do the lead vocals first. And before I do get started, let me go ahead and show you the AutoTune. We got 5 here and humanized there, and this is just for my hook. But my verse, I bring it up just a little bit, put it at 7. I like to keep it like very leveled on AutoTune. And make sure you put auto tenor. So let's hop right back into the lead vocal. First things first, we got the mic mod. Lil Uzi Vert, he uses the TLM 103 most of the time. Sometimes he'll use the U87, but from my research, he uses the TLM. Then they got that going into the Avalon, so I made a good Avalon preset with UAD. If you don't have UAD plugins, please let me know. I should be able to make you a waves only version, but you would have to pay for that. This is just a full out, like, you know, blown out template. I will have the list of plugins that I did have to buy for this template. If I remember, I'll put it down in the link. That way you can find them and you can see how much they cost. So these are basically the settings I did. Just copy and paste those. Next thing you know, what's up? We got the Tube Tech, one of my favorite compressors that I invested into. It was cheap at the time. I think it was like 40 bucks or like 20 bucks or something. This compressor goes for like 100, so you'll get lucky to copy it while it's on discount. Basically, these are my settings. If you don't have this compressor, you can use the LA 76. You can use the CLA 76. Either the one by Waves or the one by UAD, and you can make these exact settings. It'll be a slight difference in quality, but it'll still sound really good. But that's basically my settings for that, for the Tube Tech. And I've got all of this research from online, and I make sure to, like, you know, wait a couple weeks before presenting it to y'all guys. We also got Leslie. Leslie is actually Lil Uzi Vert's producer. Besides Ben, shout out to Ben, he's a cool producer as well. Those two went hand in hand on Lil Uzi's vocals, so I watched multiple videos on how they produce. And this basically what Leslie would have his de-esser at. And then after that, we hopped in the SSL channel. I'm gonna just click through these real quick, show y'all these settings. Make sure you just pause the video, just get these settings on point. So we got this at -4.0, then we also got this at 0.90, and we got the Q at 0.10. We put the frequency right here for 270, and we dropped it about like 98. That way we can keep that little Uzi like sizzle, like he doesn't have a lot of bass and chest in his voice. So, you know, we had to bring out the brightness for the SSL. We're gonna hop into CLA vocals. I've actually come to liking this plugin a lot. You can do a lot with it. So I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger for you in case you can't see. We got the bass at -2.5. We got the treble at 3.0. Compression at 0 because we already compress pretty hefty. So no need for like 3 compressors. You know what I'm saying? And before I say that, okay, we actually do got 3 compressors. So why not? Why not? It's better than 4. So we got that at -9.0. We got the delay at -2.5 and the pitch at -10. The output we kept at 0.0. And the next plugin that's up, let me actually close that out. Next plugin we got up is the 76 CLA. So basically, like I said, you could put this for the tube tech and just only use 2 compressors. Basically that'll be this and also the compressor and SSL channel if you want to save space and if you don't have the tube tech. I think most people might have the Avalon for UAD, but if you don't, just hit it in the comments and I can give you an alternative plugin to use. But if you want me to make the whole template, like I said, just hit me up on Instagram or hit me up in the comments and we can get to making that template for you, or in FL or whatever. So basically the input we got at -35 and we got the output at -18, release at 7, and this at 4.00. Next things up, we got the de-esser again, because we were boosting the highs with the compressor, getting at the closer at the end of the chain, so we had to re-de-ess. I know sometimes you're wondering why people are using 2 de-essers. Maybe this is why. So we backed up the brightness a little bit more, that's coming out at the end. And then also Leslie, like I said, is like Lil Uzi's kind of producer type of deal. So we just copied these settings from him. I just made sure I didn't use too much on the mix. I didn't want it 100% mix. This is just for texture. This is not like really compressing the vocals. As you can see, the gain is still at 0. We're just using it for texture to get that texture like Leslie did for Lil Uzi's vocal. Next up, we got the ad-libs. Got the NS1 at 20. And I'm going to click through these bands as slow as possible. That way you can kind of pause the screen and get it copied down. And we're just clicking. And we're just clicking. We're just clicking some more. We're just clicking some more. And a little bit, one more click. There we go. There we go. So after that, we got the SSL channel. We put that 115. I'm going to just click through these real quick for my ad-libs. And there we go. Ooh, low tired. But got that at 5.2. Got that at 1.36. Got this at 1.48. And this at 357. And this at 3.0. We compressed a little bit, 8.0. Threshold -6.7. Release at 0.40. We didn't use the noise gate. And excuse me, we made sure to turn the analog on as well. That's really it. It's not nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. So after that, we used the Pro compressor from FabFilter. Like I said, you could just use the 76 if you don't have this. I just wanted to test it out because I got a couple FabFilter plugins. And basically, this is what we did to get that perfect, sound for the Lil Uzi Vert. No big like crazy difference. Then we did the CLA 2A. I do that every time. I'm just gonna call it the LA 2A. And then we did that as well, and we turned this all the way up. We left the mix, I'm pretty sure, at 100. Yes. And after that, let's hop in the de-esser. We just did the same de-esser, so you could just copy the same de-esser from the lead vocal. We did the meta flanger, and then we did the CLA effects. You basically can click this one, and then I just edited a little bit to make it hit to exactly how I want Lil Uzi's ad-libs to be. And after that, I think we hopped in the S1 imager, and we made some of these changes right quick. We just made the width a little bit. And that's about it. This EFX, that's just controlling, my monster voice to chipmunk voice, and the reverb throw and the delay throws. So that's all this right here. It's no big deal. You could just copy it in a template, but it's really no big deal. You can probably just throw a couple plugins on, mix it up a little bit, be perfect. Then the all vocals, we got the NS1 at 20, vocal rider. Show you these settings real quick, and that's about it. SL comp, we just made a couple increments real quick. There you go. And then RVox, this just controlling the vocal. If I feel like the vocals need to be a little bit lower, I'll turn the gain down a little bit. And now for all these sends, I'm gonna click through these real fast, so you're just gonna have to like keep up, and then we'll go to the sends and see what I put on them. There you go. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Almost. Okay. So there we go. And let's head off to the effects real quick. We got this one. Here's the settings for all the parallel, the compression. And then don't forget to put these for the volumes, like -20. You can see them throughout here. And then so we hopped in the hall. I'm using my good old vintage Verb. Go ahead and copy it. It's a pretty good plug-in. We got the Q FabFilter real quick. And then we also use the RComp. This is what I call my ducking preset. That's why you saw that little sidechain FX deal on like the lead vocal. Where's that at? Right here. It's because it's ducking my delays and my reverb and stuff. Because I found out that's a really good trick to use. Basically, if I had to show you how to really do it, you would just make a bus and you would name it like sidechain FX or something like that, and then bus it to it. And that's what makes your reverb and your delay duck really good. After that, we got the S1 imager. Then we got our plate reverb. So I use 2 reverbs on the vocal. I actually love this reverb. My cousin kind of put me on, which he's a good producer as well. And basically, it's like an AI reverb, and I wanted it to be plate, so I moved it more towards plate, and it just did everything I needed to do. If you wanted to put it like in a reverb, just go by the time, the size, really all these settings right here, and you can kind of figure it out. The pre-delays right there. The one thing I had trouble with this is finding out where the decay is, but I'm guessing this is the decay. That's the only thing I had trouble with. And it also shows like the reverb EQ. So you'll just put like a FabFilter or any EQ plugin and just make these increments if you was just trying to copy that. Because that's like from Nectar, and I understand Nectar is kind of expensive. So after that, we got the EchoBoy. You could just use an H delay and just copy these settings. Mix 100%. This is on 1/8, feedback on 30, high cut 60, frequency 25. These I didn't move, so you don't have to worry about having EchoBoy for real just to do that. Digital delay, you kind of could try to copy these, but you see how crazy these settings are. Like, like I'll just slap an EQ on that delay if you're using edge delay and just hope it sounds about right. So there's that. Next up, we got another build ducking FX. We sidechain to the same thing. My delay and reverb are sidechained perfectly to the same thing, just to get the vocals perfect. And then we spread it out. We use Timeless for my delay basically my shorter delay. This is actually my favorite delay to use. Now Timeless, it's complex, bro. I actually got this from a good producer. But it's complex, bro. It's complex. Honestly, I probably would have just used H delay, and plus save me CPU power. This is just a crazy delay FX that I have. It means nothing. It's actually really cool to use, but I'm not going to go through it. If you really want it, you just get it from the template. It's actually really cool though. Like I said, I'm not going to go through it like that. Here's the doubler. And then we got the chorus as well. Like I said, I'm using a Nectar plugin, but if you need to exchange out, this I'll probably exchange out for free. If it's just, because a lot of people don't have like these Nectar type plugins. But yes, I'll exchange those out for free if you like bought the template or something like that. I'm not gonna just like do it off rip. Maybe I will. You just have to ask me. It depends how I'm feeling. Then we got the SSL as well. Sin. Simple as that. We got that all set up. Let me make it a little bit bigger so you can kind of see. We got -4, 3.0. And we got that at 3 seconds. And this at 30 milliseconds. Ratio at 2:1. We'll hop in the exciter. I got fresh air here. And then we boosted the brightness right here at the 10K range, because that's where most of the brightness comes from. We use this plugin that I got from a good old friend of mine. It's a Waves plugin. It's pretty good. It's called like Tune Citric or something. Then we got the J37. Then we also got this as well. We did a little flanger, but we used phase instead of like the flanger. I wonder if it would sound better, a little bit better if I put the flanger. Who knows? Then we got the saturation. We used the FabFilter Saturn. I think this was a really good plugin to use, honestly. I'm not going to go through every single knob on here, only because like it is a lot. But I'll just kind of like float through them a little bit so you can kind of see. There's, like I said, it's a lot of things to like go over. So, but that basically concludes the vocal tutorial. I actually hope y'all had fun watching, and I hope that I can make some more in the future. Like I still said, I still have some in the vault. I have like the Post Malone one that I still gotta drop. I have a Jason Goldberg like inspired one like for NBA YoungBoy. So I have another NBA YoungBoy one coming. That's like my most popular one that people buy. But the new one I'm gonna come out with, it's gonna be pretty expensive because I copied everything Jason Goldberg did. Like I studied and made the template exactly how he did, and it sounds immaculate. Sounds immaculate, my guy. But I hope y'all enjoyed this Lil Uzi template, and I hope to see y'all soon. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Follow me on Instagram. Hit me up if you need a template. And I got y'all boys, and I hope y'all guys have a blessed day. And I'll see y'all on the flip side.